ASCO 2015 Oncology TV. I'm Thomas Baldrick. This is Dr. Ross Camidge. Nice to be back with us. He's from the University of Colorado. Thanks for taking a few minutes for us.
My pleasure.
Let's talk about Tiger-1 and first-line treatment in non-small cell lung cancer. Why did you take on this study? What is the need that you saw?
So this is a study that has evolved from the emerging data on third-generation EGFR inhibitors. So these are the drugs that work on the standard activating mutations of EGFR and that major resistance mutation T790M. We know that these drugs have activity in the post-Erlotinib, post-Gefitinib, post-Afatinib setting. We saw this morning some updated data. They're getting about a 53% response rate, median progression-free survival sort of running in the kind of 8 to 10 month range. It's not mature, so that's still evolving. And so the idea is, what if you took these drugs that are potentially suppressing the dominant mechanism of resistance that occurs and use them up front? So what if you prevented that mechanism resistance from occurring in the first place? So Tiger-1 is an ongoing study, so this is just a trials in progress update of one of these third generation drugs, one called Rociletinib, or also called CO1686, compared to Erlotinib in the TKI naive setting in EGFR-mutant patients.
Do you have certain expectations?
Well, so at the very least, you might expect this to be superior to Erlotinib. But the real question is, how much superior is it going to be? If it's just a little bit, although it'll be a positive study and maybe it'll get a first-line license, I don't know that the world is going to care, because you could still use it sequentially. You do go on the Erlotinib, it stops working, you get T790M, you go onto the drug sequentially. If it's just the same as the sequential therapy, people may say, well, that's not going to change my prescribing unless this is much better tolerated, which it could be, doesn't have the EGFR wild-type side effects, doesn't produce the rash and diarrhea, or much cheaper, which seems unlikely as a new drug. I think what we're really excited about is, if we go for the best drug first, can we change the natural history of the disease? Can we really suppress a dominant mechanism of resistance so much that we actually knock it out of the park? So it's more than just the sum of sequential therapy. And this and the similar study with the AstraZeneca drug, which is called FLAURA, first-line AURA study, will answer that question when they read out.
So enrollment is underway. Where are you going from here when you leave ASCO with this?
Well, I'm going back to Denver, and then we have to try and convince people who have a first-line option, if they have an EGFR-mutant disease, to take the bet of going on a study and getting access to one of these new drugs first. The only way you can get access to them in the first line is through a clinical study. And so we have to kind of get people going on that to really change the field.
How many patients are you looking for?
It's between 200 and 300.
Well, we wish you the best, and come back when you get this wrapped up and fill us in, would you?
Certainly will. Thanks very much.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.
Bye.